Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to episode 60-something of the LegacyKnitz podcast. My name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue.
I am the daughter mother.
Mother, grandmother.
I'm coming to you from Burlington, Vermont.
And Vernon, Connecticut.
And thank you to any new viewers that are tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy the podcast. It is a podcast about knitting, stitching, yarn dyeing, rug hooking, all the fiber goodness. And welcome back to all of our returning viewers. It is so nice to see you again.
Yes, and happy day after Mother's Day.
Happy day after Mother's Day. Yes, hopefully everybody out there had a really nice, relaxing, enjoyable Mother's Day.
I had lobster and steak.
You did. Your dinner sounded amazing. After we hung up with you guys from FaceTime, and Justin was like, I'm just making you sausage. Like, that is nothing. He's like, I really need to up my game. And I was like,
well, I'm glad he thought of it that way.
He did.
But I said to Dad when we were eating, so it was Graham, Jacob, Dad, and I. Jacob and Dad did all the work.
Yeah.
Which is really a treat. And I was like, oh, the look on Justin's face when I told him we were having lobster. Both him and Ben kind of was like,
see, and I'm so good. Like, it doesn't matter to me at all. Like, he cooked. That's all I required is that you cook.
I totally agree with you. We could have had anything and I would have been thrilled.
Exactly.
Thrilled. But it was, having said that, it was delicious. It was very nice.
Yeah. Yes, it sounded like a really nice night. And it was nice to
I know.
It was nice to see you guys on FaceTime. So
I know. It's so weird not having you guys around. But you know, it's really funny. I was watching Amy Beth, Fat Squirrel Speaks, and she said, all I want for Mother's Day is for everyone to go away. Like, basically, like, and it's just so ironic because that was my thoughts always when you guys were little. I just need a day all to myself. And the minute you all become adults, all you want is for you all to be here.
Right.
And I wanted to yell that through the screen to Amy Beth, like, I so get it. That was me. Like, and now you are the only people I want to spend Mother's Day with.
I know.
It's just so funny how it works.
Well, because it's like you go from us being literally by your side 24 hours a day, 365 days.
I think there was more than 24 hours to some days, I'm pretty sure.
Time-space continuum going.
It was, and I had friends that were like, I just want to go, like, run away for the day. And nothing about that, like Amy Beth said, nothing about that is we're not head over heels in love with you all. It's just life. And you're like, you will feel that as you probably have more children and your days. I can't imagine you feeling that because you're not anywhere close to that at this point. So it's going to feel really weird when you do feel that way, but you will. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Well,
guaranteed.
A couple of times or like, well, really just the one time that I went to get that pedicure. And I remember sitting there and like for the first 15 minutes, I was like so relaxed. My feet were getting massaged and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. And then like after that 15-minute window closed, I was like on my phone, like, how's Lily doing? Can you see a picture? Is she crying yet? Is she hungry? And Justin was like, she finally stopped responding because he knew that I would keep going.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm sure I will get there though, because that 15 minutes.
Well, I feel like you will get there, but I remember the minute I left, that was enough.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It only took like 10 minutes to be back to, I want to be with them. And I'm sure that changed the older you got.
I'm sure of it.
But now it is just so funny it's such a huge shift.
No.
And and honestly, this is probably the first year that I felt it because you, Justin, Ben, and Kristen are far away. I mean, thank God. Jacob carries it every time.
He really does. He does.
He's a trooper. He's so good. And he reserved the whole day.
He's so good.
I know. So it was a lovely day. I got a brand new phone.
Which, oh my God, you are so overdue.
So overdue, and I love it. I don't have a case yet, so you know me. I'm petrified I'm going to but I do have the glass cover.
That's the most important part.
But I don't want to bang it up. It's so pretty. My other one got so banged up, and it bugged me how banged up it was. But I went on to Etsy and ordered myself a case, which is a watercolor palette.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful, and it's a very used, like, obviously someone had painted with it. If I think most people would know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
but I will show it next time around. It's very realistic. All the reviews were like, it is so realistic, and I'm so excited about it. I've never had a fancy case. I always buy the standard
Yeah.
durable case, and so I have no idea because I am not an Etsy shopper. Like, I don't know if it's going to take really long. Like, I know for us, we get an order, and if I'm sitting by my computer, it can get filled within a second,
Yeah.
which cracks me up every time I do it. People must think, like, whoa, she needs to get a life.
Or like, this must be a mistake. Like, maybe I'm reading this wrong.
Yes. The only time I don't do that is if we have a large amount in the shop and I know I'm going to get a lot of orders, or if it's the weekend.
Right.
So, yeah. So, anyways,
yeah, well, hopefully you get it soon. That sounds beautiful.
I'm so excited about it.
What was I going to say? I can't remember. I lost it.
That's all right. So let's go right into, so I don't forget, is a huge thank you to everyone that came to Needles Up and supported us. It was amazing. I was so more here than Rhinebeck, I think, because Rhinebeck is known for being big and busy, and lots of people were saying they were coming, and Maryland appears to be a smaller venue, but I don't know if it's that much smaller. And so I had no idea. It was the first time. It was in a space that was very unique and worked beautifully, beautifully, and it was fantastic. Everyone that came was so lovely. Our vendors were amazing. We had some new vendors who are all going to go to the Rhinebeck Needles Up, which makes us so happy. So we had Amy Beth, who was with us in Rhinebeck. Then we had Chelsea of Sucre, which we had her charms, but we did not have her. And she was so amazing and is just a bubble of energy, and her stuff was beautiful. Which I completely skipped over Amy Beth because she was already with us, but her bags were amazing, and I was so busy I didn't even buy one.
I know. That is what I'm looking forward to at Rhinebeck, because even with all the new vendors, I can't wait to do a little bit of shopping.
And this time, I think I was so focused because I even had time, I think, but I was so in that, like, got to do this and get it done. And so, anyways, she had the library bag, and I didn't even go pick it up to see if Harriet the Spy was on one of them.
Next time, Rhinebeck.
Next time. So Amy Beth had all different stuff from Rhinebeck too, which was amazing. It appeared to me to be that way. None of it looked familiar. So then Chelsea had, and I got, I have them here. I got, these were her Maryland, like, specific ones. This is a bowl of chowder, and this is the lobster roll.
She's genius. I love the idea that she comes up with.
She is, and she's truly the sweetest girl.
My heart was broken when I found out that she was going and I wasn't going to be able to. And even
I
was following along with the Instagram stories of everyone. Like, I was following Tristan. I was following, I forget who else did a story. Somebody else was, like, in there doing stories. And every time Chelsea was on the screen, I was like, I wanted to be.
Yes. Okay, so we had Amy Beth and Chelsea. Then we had Amanda of Classy Squid, which I love Amanda. I love her. And there was a picture she took of, she used all of our yarn, or 90% of our yarns for her, what's the sweater I'm making right now? Comfort Cardi.
Oh.
Yeah, she used our yarns. She really made the pattern her own. It's based on the Comfort Cardi, but it's shorter and a little different. And she was just so, I love Amanda and her husband. And I wish I remember the name of the girl that was helping them, that also helps run her business. I'll be very honest, I barely even went into her booth. It was almost like I didn't want to be tempted.
Right.
because I have so much, but at Rhinebeck, I will be shopping. I will be shopping all the booths in Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
And then Martha and her husband of Tuft Woolens.
Mhm.
I didn't buy one thing.
I was going to say, that's the booth where I feel like I would have gone buck wild. And
I would have too. It was like it was really weird. It was like I didn't allow myself.
Well, that, and not to mention, you probably had to have your game face on the whole time. Like, you were less two people. Like,
Two people, but we had, wait till I talk about our helpers who were amazing. So Martha and her husband, I'm really bad at the husband's names. Her booth was visually beautiful, which I know she's known for that. And I want it all. I want it all. It's so funny though, because it's making me more excited about Rhinebeck. It really is, because it's like, oh my gosh. And then we had Lisa and her husband, I think his name was Bill. I'm so bad. Anyways, Lisa of Fiber Nymph, which I bought one of her. I did buy one of hers.
oh, shoot. I have all my skeins over in the other area.
It's all right. I'll show mine.
Okay.
Maintain House Spring. And it's self-striping. And I love self-striping. And it's so hard to come by. And I don't have a lot. And I just kept looking over there. And at the end, I literally just grabbed one.
Yeah.
She had, of course, I don't know why I'm showing it to you upside down. And no, I'm showing it to you upside down. She had a Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway, which I'm so mad that I was too lazy to walk over there.
Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck. Again, Rhinebeck, because I want lots more of this too. So it was an amazing event. And then we had Christy and Tristan, the Yarn Cafe Creation ladies, working the door, which I had no idea what was going on out there for 1 second. Like, I had no idea. And basically, we had said to them, it's all yours. You make all the executive decisions. Like, that is one thing about me. When I ask someone to do something, I trust them enough to know that I don't need my input over there. So Christy Glass posted a video of and I was like, I missed that whole thing. It was amazing.
I watched it, and actually, her video that we watched just made me. Oh wow!
12 o'clock. You would think it was 3 o'clock.
Anyway,
I know.
Her video when she was showing her stuff from that she bought there, that was when I was getting like, oh my gosh, like we're definitely going to do some shopping at Rhinebeck.
Yeah, definitely. So thanks to those ladies. So then of course we had Paige the Framer, one of my favorite humans on this planet. There are no words. It's her humor. I love her humor. I appreciate it so much. And she brought along Leanne from Cocktail Hour at the Coop, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Leanne also designed the Elizabeth Zimmerman pen for Amy Beth, which is super cool. And I feel like she needs to do a little work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they came early and they helped set up along with Kristen and Kristen and Tristy and Tristan and Christy.
They definitely do sound similar. Like it's not that weird that you're.
It's so difficult. And what were we going to start calling? I call Tristan Tristy.
Christy, yes.
And she is kind of a Tristy, right?
Like it. It's cute.
Young girl, Tristy. Anyways, they all helped set up. It was amazing. I was really worried about that piece as far as how long it would take and blah blah blah. They were amazing. And then Paige stayed and helped in our booth with Dave Stokes, because she calls everybody by their first and last name when it comes to men, like Paul Miller, her husband. So she kept calling him Dave Stokes, which I loved.
That's awesome.
She is one of those people, you don't have to say a word. She just does the job. She was amazing.
Good.
Okay. So, having said all that, Needles Up was amazing. So many people handed us little gifts, and It was so nice. It was so nice to see everyone. I'm sure I've left people out that helped, and I feel bad. Oh, just one end, Elizabeth Zimmerman at the end. At Rhinebeck, we just crashed. There was no breaking down that booth. And I thought, how am I going to do this? It was a piece of cake. It was literally hand everyone an IKEA bag, stand in front of a booth or a rack and put it all away. And Elizabeth Zimmerman was a piece of that. And oh, darn it.
Wait, the Elizabeth Zimmerman?
No, she's dead.
I know. That's why I'm. What are you?
No, she's called Just One N because she only has one N. And she actually has a podcast called Just One N, I believe.
But her name is literally Elizabeth.
Her name is Elizabeth Zimmerman, and I like to call her Elizabeth Zimmerman. And I have gotten to know her through the Periscope in the morning.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. And just Joan from the Periscope, Deb from Periscope. So many people from Periscope came and said hello. And it was an amazing, amazing experience. We miss you terribly. Everyone said to say hello to you and Lilly and probably Justin too, because some of them had already met him. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. So thank you to not only everyone that came, but our vendors for trusting in us that it would work, because I was nervous and you just never know.
And thank you from me to everybody that made it work, because you guys, just the fact that you could come back and say like you could breathe a sigh of relief and like it worked for you and you weren't super overwhelmed, like that made me feel so much better. So thank you to everybody for picking up where I should have been helping. So
well, no, it wouldn't have worked, but yes, I'm so grateful for everyone. And if I have forgotten anybody, I'm going to feel horrible. And thank you. I hope I appreciate you. I hope I didn't forget anyone.
I'm sure you didn't. And if you did, I'm sure they will understand.
Yeah. So I will be the first to say I am so glad it's over.
Yeah. Well, I think that's for anybody. I've heard that with a lot of people that do shows. Like the afterwards, there's always that relief. No matter how good it goes, you're always going to feel like, I did it. It's done.
You know what's really interesting? It reminds me of Christmas. Like you prep and you prep and you prep. You go through it and then you literally crash.
Exactly.
And I feel like last week was a week of my introvertness really came to fruition. I just could have not said a word all week and not done anything all week. And
yeah, that
is the piece of it. It is anything you prepare that much for, I always think there's a crash afterwards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like you said, it's not a negative thing. It's just a normal, like,
it's a re-energize. I shouldn't even call it a crash. It's a re-energizing, and I have to do whatever it takes to re-energize during that time. I think that's a better way to put it, because it's not really a negative thing. It's just a thing.
Exactly.
That's all it is. It's a thing. And yeah, so, but the super cool part is we were able to come home and get a lot of yarn in the shop for those that couldn't make it. And that has been selling like crazy. Yeah, and then at the end of the video, we'll show all new.
Yes. Okay, we're back. I'm so sorry, everybody.
It's okay. It's going to be that podcast. I'm just finishing up twisting some of these minis while we're sitting here. So yeah, I think we finished with Needles Up. It was amazing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you to everybody. We can't say it enough. So what do we want to talk about first? Do we want to do knitting? Do we want to do... I know you have...
I feel like let's do knitting and stitching, and then we'll talk about all the like really great stuff that's coming up.
Yes. So I was going to say for knitting, I really only have one project. Well, I have two projects, but I'll need to get up to get the second one.
I only have one too.
Perfect. So do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So what I've been knitting on is my Fancy Feet knit along, my first pair, which I've been knitting on them forever because I've just been enjoying them. Like I haven't been feeling like rush to finish. So this is my first one that I finished, and it's the Cyril sock. Anybody that went to Needles at Maryland probably saw this.
Yes, they did. They loved it.
Oh, good. And I've seen so many people. I'm following the hashtag on Instagram, and so many people are choosing to knit this pattern.
And joining us.
We have such a great group of people knitting right now. And If you haven't already joined, there's still plenty of time to join. I forget the exact day that it's ending. I want to say it's June 21st is the last day of this knit along. So you have more than enough time to cast on a pair of adult textured socks. Come join us.
And you can, if you do more than one, you have more than one entry.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you are purely a sock knitter and you can pump out 3 pairs of socks in a month, get at, like, it's just more chances to win prizes, which is cool.
Yes, I wish I knew where mine was. It's underneath this pile of yarn.
Okay.
I think I showed it last podcast, though.
You did.
And I've done nothing since then.
Perfect. So yeah, Mom is doing the Gypsy Soul Sock by Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. So, and I can put it on the screen here so that people can see what you're knitting on.
Yes, and Kay came to Needles Up, so we had some time to visit. Not a ton. That's the hardest piece, but I love Kay.
I know, she's the sweetest. I can't wait, because I only met her that first time at Rhinebeck last year. So I know, I'm looking forward to seeing her again, hopefully at Rhinebeck.
She's going to Rhinebeck because they're in the middle of a move to Arizona, but she is going to Rhinebeck.
I'm so excited.
Which is so exciting, and I hope she's grabbing her posse from last year. I'm not sure she's able to, but it doesn't matter. We'll get to see her. I'm so excited.
It'll be great. So yes, this pattern is, like I said, the Cyril sock. It's by Dani George of the Little Bobbins Knits Designs and Little Bobbins podcast. I'm knitting it in our Foxtails colorway. Can you hear her chit chat?
So I love listening to. I could listen to her talk all day long.
She's
just cracking me up every time she's.
Yeah, such a chatty Cathy, especially like when she gets on a roll. There's no stopping her.
I think it's adorable. We're fine with it. I don't know if anyone else is, but I'm super fine with it. I know everyone else is too.
Yeah. So yes, this is the first one, and I have been slowly plugging away on my second one.
Yeah. That's a lot of knitting in that sock because it's super long.
It's a long leg, which I really like. I like about it.
Yes, and having said that, I'm sure you can do it whatever length you choose. There's nothing saying it has to be that long. I loved it. I love it.
Thank you. Yes, so I'm following the pattern exactly. So how many pattern repeats she calls for, but like Mom said, you can definitely change it up and make it shorter. Okay.
I was going to say, and I am going to be putting more foxtails in the shop. I think it's just, people love that colorway.
I've said from day one.
People are like, I just think it's hysterical because I didn't think much of it. Now I really love it because it's grown on me, but initially it was like, yeah, it's a pretty color.
I'm obsessed. I'm so glad other people are obsessed too. It makes me feel less crazy because I'm like, I drool over this color.
At Needles Up, everyone was. Like, they were grabbing it. It was so funny.
Ah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. But yes, I'm using my Butterbeer charm that Mom picked up for me at Sucre Miniatures booth, which I love it so much.
It was the only Harry Potter she had at that time.
I love
it. But you know what's so funny about Foxtails? You know where that was supposed to go originally and why I dyed it?
I feel like I knew at one point, but I can't remember.
It was supposed to be on my best friend's shawl instead of the lavender lace. Because it goes beautiful with the mayor. I use that in the sock kits for the mayor. And I was so afraid it was different enough of a color where people wouldn't love it.
Yeah.
I probably should have. It's a beautiful, it would be beautiful with that.
It would. Yeah, it's definitely a good option if anybody's planning a shawl and you have the mayor in it. This is a great tonal to pair with it.
Great. So yeah, I was trying to think like, why did I ever dye that? And that's why I dyed it. And then you were like, give it to me now. I want it.
I think I was pretty demanding. I was like...
You were like, send that to me.
Yeah. And here we are. So yeah, that's what I've been knitting on. I'm using my Knitter's Pride. This is like wah, 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 because I've talked about it so many times. Knitter's Pride Zing, size US ones. I'm on the Partridge. I have Partridge heel flap right now, which I'm doing a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper than what the pattern calls for. Just because that's what works for my foot. And then, yeah, I'm hoping to finish these pretty soon, but I'm in no rush. I'm just really enjoying the knit when I have the time.
Which is so nice.
Yeah, I'm loving it. And
love it.
So it's this and then the sweater that I showed last time, which I'll show again. I just need to go grab it, but
yes.
You knit.
And I really only have knit on one thing. I will confess that I have been stitching a ton.
You are.
I just have. It has overcome me, and it was a super nice break from Needles Up. Like after I got back, it was a really nice like keep my mind off the business a little. It's really hard. I discovered this morning I think about not the business, but I think about colorways and what I'm going to do next way too much.
You definitely like need to find the off switch. Like, and I
do.
find the on switch. So we definitely balance each other out.
Well, we do, but I also feel like, whoa, just shut it down for a minute. Like, it's weird, but it's my all or none personality. It's part of my personality traits. It's like I either am all in or all out. And I've been working on this for years with little success.
Yeah.
Very little success. But it's very hard for me because it's also the piece of I love what I do.
Right.
I love what I do, and I've learned I need to do it when I'm in the mood because you do have those days where you just can't physically do it. Yep. So anyways, so long story short, I've been stitching a lot. However, I had a very long drive to Maryland.
You did.
And it's not an easy drive.
No.
It's a high traffic. I've spoken about this. I don't know if I've spoken about it here, but I definitely am not a fan of being a passenger so much anymore. And I would not have wanted to drive, but I do. And I don't think of myself as an anxiety person, but I've got a little bit of anxiety going on with driving or riding. So I know quite often I need to just put my head down and knit and not be aware of my surroundings. Because if I'm going to die, I don't want to know about it. Mm-hmm. I just want to be like, boom, it's over. Sorry, not to get dark. Anyways, I can't remember if we talked about this last time or I think I had started it. I had definitely started it.
I think so.
I am doing the Comfort Fade.
So you're showing the wrong side. Just so, yeah, okay, there we go.
I am going to use the wrong side. I've made up my mind.
Oh, I thought you were. Wait.
No, originally I wanted to do the knit side. Yeah. It's written for the purl side. So it's like reverse stockinette. It's really just turn it around. And I like it better. I like the colors.
For sure.
It's a lot of knitting. So I had about 11 hours in a car between both ways. And I literally just knit and knit and knit and knit. And by the time I got there, I could split to get rid of almost 200, maybe that's exact, 150 stitches for the two sleeves, probably equals about that. I'm literally just knitting and purling, knitting and purling. I bring it anytime I get into a car.
How many more do you have to go?
You have to do 12 inches, and then I go from the armhole to here.
Okay.
And then I believe there's the ribbing, which I can't believe I'm saying I'm looking forward to the ribbing.
I can see that.
I'd like to think I'm going to finish this soon. I've been pretty monogamous.
You have.
With my knitting because I'm a little overwhelmed with how many projects I have right now. It's a little overwhelming. I actually think I'm going to go into some of my project bags and pull them out. Like socks. I've started so many socks that now I'm just kind of blah about. I think to clear space in my head, I'm going to get rid of some of them.
I've done that recently. Like within the last 3 months, I've done that. And let me tell you, she's pissed.
She's like, Grandma, this is my time with my mom.
And it frees up so much mind space. Like I'm even considering, and the thing is I've pretty much frogged everything that I can frog, that I can justify frogging, because everything else is like huge projects that I have this much left to do. Huge. Like my Legacy, my parachute tank top. I'm this close to being done.
You need to finish that because I think you would live in that.
I think so too.
It's beautiful. It's so you. I think you should finish that one.
I know.
But I get it. Oh my gosh. I have one pom-pom slipper sock. Yeah. I have one of a lot of things. And it's making, besides the fact of if you can tell by the look on my face, this room, I have no space on my desk right now.
Oh.
It's a big desk area.
We should get you like bins. So as you're twisting, you can just throw them into bins instead of on top of your desk.
I know. I was doing, you're talking about our yarn. I was doing that for a while.
Oh, what yarn are you talking about?
I'm talking about all the other yarn in the world. And projects. And I have a lot of stitching projects. And the hardest piece is, well, hello, my girl.
Can I say hello to everybody?
Say hello, my sweet girl.
Queen of Hearts today.
Queen of Hearts. She melts my heart right in half. She's like, this is what I wanted, to see Graham.
No one could hear me, but they couldn't see me. But now they can see me.
Oh, my goodness. She kills me.
No.
I literally just pull up pictures. The one that you sent me yesterday of both of you, I just leave it up and look all day long.
I should get you a digital picture frame.
I have one.
You do?
Somewhere, yeah.
You should use it and just have it.
I wouldn't know how to get the pictures onto it.
I could help you next time I come home.
Next time you come home, but I would get nothing done.
You just stare at it.
The one in her Oshkosh overalls, the one where she's looking backwards. Oh my gosh, that is my favorite picture of her yet.
No, it's her little eye.
My favorite. She's just crazy cute. She looks so much bigger than she is.
She does. She
looks so much bigger, but she's growing beautifully. Doctor's appointment tomorrow, Miss Lilly.
What?
Doctor's appointment. I know.
I can't. I'm trying. Oh, yeah. I can't handle it.
Yeah, I know. They're hard, especially with your first. Poor Ben. I probably sent him in there alone.
No.
You got it. Go with the nurse. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that has been my very monogamous knitting. I'm still kind of like knitting away on these.
Yeah. Yes, which I love that.
Yeah, I'm just obsessed with stitching at the moment.
I say ride it. I think you've said this for years. Whenever you're in the business of something, you need something else to be able to.
You do. You absolutely do. You need a breather from the business. But having said that, I know within about a week, I'm going to be craving knitting again because I love them equally.
Yeah. Which is why just enjoy the stitching train as you're on it. Because like you said, you're going to go back.
Well, the problem is too, like what I've started, I want done.
Yeah.
I want done. Oh, and having said that, I'm going to look for something here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Because somebody asked what this was, and I'm going to show it again and give you the name of it. I haven't even touched this. But Witchy Wednesday, I think I'm going to start the witches down below. And this is the fabric. I just treated myself and bought a full yard of it.
That fabric is stunning.
It's an investment. I don't care. I don't care. I am so anyways, the name of this pattern for anyone that is interested is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow.
I almost thought you said Halloween at Hogwarts. I was like, oh.
What's that?
I thought you were going to say Halloween at Hogwarts.
Oh. That would be a killer. And here it is.
Love it. So you're going to
I'm going to start the witches because it's set up so that I can see. This is my problem. I want to be stitching and knitting on everything. So Carriage, I should say this. It comes from Carriage House Samplings. So www.carriagehouse samplings. I believe you could get it. I got it at my local shop, and I believe you could get it on 1-2-3 Stitch but this Hawk Run Hollow, there's quite a few of these, like Christmas I'm probably making that up, but I don't think I am, at Hawk Run Hollow. So it's Hawk Run Hollow, Carriage House Samplings.
I love it.
I'm so excited about this. Okay, sorry, that was just a side tangent.
Oh, I love it.
Miss Lilly, what are we going to do with you? I'm going to steal you.
Is Grammy? That's
She's such a faker. Sam's such a faker. I just want people to go, oh, she's choking.
What do you think? Should I go get my sweater?
Yes, go get your sweater. I was going to say, I can hold her for you. Pass her through.
All right.
Yes, because it's almost done.
Kind of.
I know. You can do it.
No, I do feel like I'm getting there.
I never drink Coke. Just so you all know, I'm not a Coke drinker. I had a really weird stomach this morning. Can you believe I'm drinking this?
I know you never drink Coke.
This used to be my drink of choice.
No.
It really does help with stomach aches.
That's the thing is like when you feel that crappy, it doesn't matter. Like whatever works, you just got to.
Yeah. I think it's psychological.
Psychological.
That it works. Yeah. I was going to use a fancier word, but I didn't know it.
All right, play the wackadoo. Okay, so my worsted boxy, I talked about last time. And I remember last time you were like, those sleeves look really small. And I was like, no, they're not too small. Like, they're fine. They're not going to be super tight. And then I tried it on, and sure enough, they were super tight.
Are they?
Weird, because I'm thinking it's because I was down a needle size. I was down needle size, but I did like the correct amount of stitches and everything. So I added 2 more stitches. I went to the size above and added 2 more stitches. Made a huge difference. So,
wow, I would not. Isn't that weird how 2 stitches can make a difference?
Yeah, and like as I was doing it, I was like, this is stupid. I'm gonna try it on again. They're gonna be too small. But so it went from being so tight that like it was like this on my skin, like how it's like pulled. And now it just sits like this. Like it's still tight. They're not baggy by any means,
but they're not feeling like a blood pressure cuff.
Exactly. So since the last time you saw this, I have ripped it out and continued on with it. So yeah, I have about 3 more inches of ribbing of the cuff that I want to do.
I love that.
Right about here. On my hand. I want it to be long enough. And yeah, so that's where I added 2 more stitches, and I will on my Ravelry page put notes like that in there for anybody that is also knitting this just for reference. I didn't. Oh, and that's the other thing I did. I took out all of the decreases.
Oh, yeah.
So I added 2 more stitches, and I just went straight down.
Is that a Joji pattern?
It is.
I feel like for me, her patterns, I always go up a lot. I feel like, is she from South America?
Yeah. Yes, I believe so.
I feel like sizing there is very different because people there are, I think Connie kind of told me this. People there, I don't know why, are tinier people. And so I always now go to like super big for hers.
Mm-hmm.
Because even I did the lemongrass and that was small and I did it a big size.
I remember that.
Ooh. Ant. Ooh. I know. Anyways, I think that's common with her patterns.
Yeah, and like with a boxy, you wouldn't think like sizing is a big thing because it's a boxy and like.
Boxy. But those sleeves it's intentional to look huge with tight sleeves.
Right, which I love the look of. I never would have thought they would have been too tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait for you to finish it.
Me too. I love that I can try it on now. Like I love that I'm at that point. And I love the way it looks. I can't wait to block it out.
I love it, and I love the change of color.
Thank you. So I started with the change of color a few rows before the ribbing. You should see the face. She does this thing where she sticks her tongue out when she's mad, like this, and she runs through it.
Is she stiff?
No, she's going.
She's like, I know you're talking to Graham, and I prefer to see her when you talk to her.
You want to come see?
It's just the way it is. There she is.
There you go, boom. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the sweater. It's not a ton farther than last time because, like I said, I had to rip out the sleeve. But I'm enjoying it. I kind of tucked it away in my project bag for now because it was taking up so much room on the coffee table, and that's when I started refocusing on my sock, which I needed a break from the sweater. My hands were starting to hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was excited to put it back in my project bag because
Peekaboo.
peekaboo. It in my Fat Squirrel Speaks bag that I got at Needles Up Rhinebeck, and I'm obsessed with it. I love the colors. I love the placement of it. It's my favorite bag. So
I was thinking that. I don't know why I have this giant sweater stuffed in my Matterroot bag.
yeah,
When I have that beautiful bag, I have got to spend some time going through what is in bags. And because I'm not using some of the bags that I love. So yeah, I am going to transfer mine. I think mine is the apple trees for some. It's beautiful, mine. I feel like it had apple trees on it, or
I honestly don't remember, but I know it was beautiful no matter what it was.
it's beautiful, and it's in the other room.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like once you go through and do like that purge and like clean out, you're gonna be so shocked how you already know, but it is amazing.
I have at least 3 shawls started that I will never finish because I've fallen out of love with them, and my taste has changed a little. I It's crazy because it seems ridiculous because they're tucked away in that room. It shouldn't bother me, but that whole feng shui thing, which I believe in, literally it's pulling me down.
And mental energy, like you still mentally know it's in there just because you don't see it, you know?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
Cool. So do you want to talk stitching? Do we want
Let me show. I only have I kind of want to talk about my Stitch Mania project because it's only one project. And yesterday, because of the fabric I'm using for my Stitch Mania is a hand dyed Monaco that I dyed myself, and it shrunk it a little, so the holes, it's a denser fabric, and my fingers were getting super sore. And I don't like to stab; I like to sew because it's faster. But anyway, so I thought, well, I'm going to do the Santa Sunday, the hashtag from the Housewives of Cross Stitch, which I love, who I love. So I am on the 4th Christmas on the Farm. The first 2 went off to my finisher. Yes, I have a finisher.
Beautiful.
Most of this I did yesterday. I love the 32 count Belfast. The holes, people are like, oh, it's so small. It's not. It's the opening for the needle is bigger than on my 28 count Monaco.
Wow.
Those fingers in her mouth. So that one, and then this one is done.
Oh my God. Can you hold that up a little? There we go. And then just to your left a little. Perfect, right there.
So yeah, so I sent them off to Barb. I'm super excited that she's going to finish them for me. There's a total of 9, so I will give her this one the next time I see her, and this one.
That is amazing. You are going to have your tree.
I'm going to have the start of a tree.
That's
And I have another whole hometown holiday series, which are the same like size and look, that I'm doing all of those. The coffee shop just came.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to put all those on the Picture This Plus Legacy that I just ordered.
What is
It's the hand dyed fabric,
fabric? Yes, it's
like on that one. That makes me so happy. Then I have been using this beautiful bag that Patricia gave me.
gorgeous.
For stitching, I have got to have, it has to be semi-compact, or because I literally could have stuff everywhere
Right.
with all projects. So this is the Sheep Virtues. So Stitch Mania, for a quick recap, is every day, and you can do it to your own degree, but you start something new every day in May, which is crazy. I think that's adding to my frenzy.
Well, I like one sampler and like because I feel like it would be really overwhelming to have like 30 different bags of different projects. Like doing it on one sampler, I feel like is really smart.
People are doing it that way, so I chose to do, because I really want to get this gorgeous sampler done.
Wow.
So I hand dyed the fabric with coffee tea. Thank you, Priscilla and Chelsea. And I already had the first two. It's so hard to see. The first two were already started. So those aren't part of Mania.
Can you go a little bit slower when you show?
Yes. Sorry. So these first two were already done.
Beautiful.
Piece was day one. And the whole idea is you just have to stitch, like, get started. You do as little or as much as you want. So day 1 and 2, I had some extra time. Can you see?
Yep, perfect. And then
So this one. Then day 3 and 4 were needles up. So I literally just put a few stitches in the block.
mhm.
And then we went down to, what does that say? I don't even know.
Patience. But can you move it to your left? There we go, right there.
So patience was the next day. Then this square here. And then that little tiny bit.
Yep.
And then let's fold it. We went down to, this was a day. Again, very little. Then I got home from needles up and decided I was going to stitch like crazy. So this and this.
I love that joyfulness one.
I do too. I have to do a little more on that. Each one of them gets a charm.
Ooh.
It is just a beautiful, beautiful piece. So now for the rest of Mania, I'm just trying to finish blocks. Like that's kind of my goal, is to focus on this, although Witchy Wednesday, I'm going to start those witches.
I can't wait to see your progress on that.
I know. So I am so enjoying this.
You really are. You can tell you're just like totally into it.
I'm totally into it. I'm trying as much as I want it done, which I really want this done. I thought she was having like a piece of toast or something.
No, not yet. That would be nice though.
Soon.
There's her little teether.
So yeah, I am anxious to finish this, but I am enjoying the process. It was so funny when you guys FaceTimed yesterday and Ben was like, Mom, why do you have on like 3 pairs of glasses right now? Like I didn't know I had them on.
Oh my God, he said something and it was like a pop culture joke reference and I can't remember what it was, but yes, it was so funny.
It was so funny. And it was like, oh, I'm just working on some stitching.
Yeah. You could tell he's genuinely concerned.
I really thought he's like, whoa, she's losing it. It's happening. Between him and Jacob, they're pretty, they want to know when they can put us in the home.
I will never.
Well, you might have to someday, but hold off as long as possible.
Maybe I won't say never, but you are decades away from that happening.
I think so. So yeah, so that's been my making. I feel like I've really been making a lot.
You have. Well, that stitching sampler alone, like that's so much.
It is so much. And I thought I was doing really good till I opened it up and I saw how much I had to do. But I'm telling you, I can stitch a block in a day if I really put my mind to it.
Yeah.
So,
which that's kind of nice. It's like having like a chunky slipper sock. It's like knitting a pom-pom slipper in a day. You know what I mean? Like having that gratifying.
It is. It is. I do find though my hands and my eyes get very tired. Knitting is much more like no thinking, no. And that's why I'm loving balancing it with the Comfort Cardi. Did I say that was the Comfort Cardi?
I don't know.
I don't either. It's the Comfort Cardi by Andrea Mowry, and I'm choosing to just use one color. And it's funny, we had popped into Must Love Yarn, and Angela was like, oh, I never thought to, I don't even know how I thought to do it. Somebody else must have been doing it. And she was like, I need yarn for that. So, yeah.
You got yarn going to her, which is exciting.
A lot of yarn going to her. I've got to get on that. So yeah. So I did a little dyeing. What did I dye last week? I feel like I was on a mission and had to dye something. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. I know.
But I can show some of the things that I have to cast on soon.
Do that.
So First off, I want to start another one of our sock kits because I love them and I've had this for quite a while. It's my favorite Avon Calling.
Oh, Avon Calling.
And I'm kind of craving a vanilla sock to balance out my fancy Feet KAL. So I'm thinking about doing this, casting, and not to mention I have 2 sets of double pointed needles that are empty. Like
I have so many because I bought so many.
yeah, exactly. But it's beautiful because it's like anytime you can cast something on. So I want to cast this on. Oh, do you want the yarn instead? You can play with the yarn. No? And then Mom also brought me home 4 skeins of the Mayor and Bulky because I want to knit a bulky hat and a bulky cowl. And the Vermonter hat, which a lot of people knit for the bowl cowl that we ran.
Yeah.
That, and then the designer whose name is escaping me, but I'll put it on the screen. Do you want to play with this? I am going to knit the cowl that also goes with it. I forget what the cowl's name is, but it's complementary to the hat. So I'm going to have a full set to wear this winter of the Mayor.
And how much is it? One for the hat, or I can't remember what I brought you.
It's 2 and 2. But really you could get away with 3 because you only need a little bit of that. So if I have an extra skein, I'm going to send it back to you to put in the shop because I'm sure we'll need it.
Did I bring you 4?
4 because I asked for not thinking like, oh, I could just split the 3rd skein and be done.
Well, you're better off though in case you want to make the cowl longer or anything. She's like, is that a mobile?
It is fun. So yes, this is another project that I'm kind of saving for one of those days where I'm not into my projects and want a quick knit.
You're going to love knitting that.
And I've never knit with the Mayor before, and it's always been one of my favorites.
The Mayor is one of our really strong colorways, and it's so funny. You just don't know when you're doing things, which reminds me, I'm getting so excited about Halloween colorways.
I know.
I have to start thinking about like what I'm going to do.
Meltdown. What do you think? Do you want to walk?
Oh, what do you think?
Yeah, we need to figure out, like, because I think we're going to probably do another pop culture reference.
I think so.
So we have to figure out, like, a good movie with fun colors and...
Yeah, I agree.
Something.
I have to look at that because I don't really like horror movies.
Yeah.
They freak me out.
Same.
I can't watch them anymore. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start looking, and you'll have to start looking.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could still go with 'Twas the Night Before Christmas because I barely even touched things.
The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah. Did I say that? I said that 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
But everyone knew what you meant.
Ben might be right. I've been thinking about Sally lately so much, that colorway, because I haven't dyed it in a long time, and people were loving it, and I feel like I've got to bring that back.
It is a beautiful... I love that. I don't think I even knit with it. Maybe a square in my blanket.
I don't think I knit with it.
But yes, that is... I love that colorway.
I just downloaded Mina's new baby sweater.
You did? The one with the hood?
Pretty sure I'm going to make it out of Easter Lily in DK because it's DK.
I love it.
I know. She's doing an adult one.
Really? And it's DK. Ooh, that's fun.
It's so funny because, and you know, I'm not a Ravelry girl. I don't have the patience.
Yeah.
I just don't. I want someone to show me 5 sweaters to choose from.
Yeah, I'm totally with you.
I just can't. I'm in awe of people that can spend hours on there and find the perfect sweater. I can't seem to do it. It all looks alike to me, and I can't figure it out. Not figure it out. I just can't decide. It's too much.
Right.
But anyways, I love DK weight, and I feel like there's not enough in the world with DK weight.
I know. I totally agree.
I love knitting with it. I love dyeing it. I love everything about it.
Yeah. Hey, come here. Want to play?
What you doing, little girly girl?
Ready? Let's see. So, the last thing that I'm super excited about that I'm going to start is our good friend Denise of the Earth Tones Girl podcast, and she's Earth Tones Girl on Instagram, as well as Rachel from Treehouse Knits. Is that her podcast name?
Treehouse Knits, yep.
And same thing on Instagram. Are running a summer mitten along knit along. And Denise was awesome. She messaged me on Instagram and she was like, "Do you guys think you would want to do kits
No.
to support the knit along?" And we were like, "No, Denise, we don't."
No, we don't do those things.
No, but so
We would do literally anything for Rachel and Denise.
anything.
Denise was at Needles Up too.
Oh,
Got her.
I missed everybody.
I know.
But so I immediately called you and I said, "Here's their idea. What do you think? Do you have the capacity?" And of course, like we just said, yes, of course, for Denise and Rachel. So Mom came up with this amazing. I'm going to take it out of the bag.
I have one close here.
I need to take it out of the bag anyway. This amazing tonal red orange, I would say, and it's called Hot Tomato.
Because we have a fantastic Italian restaurant in Connecticut called the Hot Tomato.
Mm-hmm. And it's so perfect. So it's Hot Tomato, and we're pairing it for our kits with Silver Lining. And I will put a picture of the mitten on the screen so you guys can kind of see what the color work looks like. So anyway, I'm knitting with them. I already warned Denise that I'm kind of a knit along dropout, but I would love to at least start. And because I think I would wear the crap, I was just saying I would wear the crap out of these mittens.
Well, then you're going to need to make a hat out of this.
Yes.
That would be amazing. But you don't have to use that specific pattern. I think it's one they're using. I think they're allowing, because this morning on Periscope, I think Rachel said you can do any pattern you want. That's what they're choosing. I am doing it too.
That's amazing. So maybe I'll look at all of the patterns then.
Ooh. Oh, she's like, I'm kind of done here. So going on that vein, I created a lot of different kits for this.
Which we will be stocking the shop with literally when we're done recording. So when you guys are watching this, the shop will be stocked.
And I'm happy to add to it as time goes on. So we are going to do our original purple people eater kits because they're so pretty.
Love.
With the silver line, is that what it's called? Silver lining? Yep. Silver lining, yeah. And then we also have the Emerald City. I think Rachel is doing the Emerald City kit, which, oh my gosh, it's so funny because this colorway, it was like, it's pretty, but, and then I started knitting with it and oh my gosh.
I know, I'm obsessed.
So what I'm knitting with it though is Ellie of Scandier Knits put out all these sock patterns, which all of these kits would be really fine for those if you don't want to make mittens. I think there's like 4 or 5 patterns. I bought them all. I buy all of her mitten and sock patterns. They're beautiful. So that kit is going to be in the shop. And then I've got some new kits, which I'm super excited about. I hope I have them all here. I'm looking. Oh, yeah. So the ever famous, which I'm tempted to use this colorway, the ever famous Kirk.
I am so curious to see how that's going to knit up with a color block.
With Vanilla Bean.
Yeah, with Vanilla Bean. Oh, yeah, Vanilla Bean's new. I forgot. Everybody doesn't know about it.
So Vanilla Bean is going with a lot of these. It's going with We Think You're Peachy Keen.
Oh, my God, which will be beautiful.
I think so. I'm super excited about it. And Miss Lilly P.
Oh, I love it.
And the other thing is there's plenty of DK in the shop. If none of these colors excite you, you can always tell me I want a Vanilla Bean to go with that colorway. Or a silk lining. I think the colors left down there, the Vanilla Bean would look better with. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to cast it on.
I'm excited to see that. Oh my God, I'm so excited to cast on.
I know. So, oh my gosh, if you guys are at all inclined, go join their knit along. I am so excited about this knit along. I know they are so excited about this knit along, and we are so happy to be doing a little bit of yarn support for them. Having said that, you can use any yarn you want. I just wanted to have plenty available if people wanted to use ours.
Totally.
So they will be in the shop, and we're super excited about it.
I know, I'm thrilled. And I just like want to be involved. You know what I mean? Like there are people that like I just want to be a part. Even if I can't finish it, I want to be able to say like I did a little bit of that with that. You know what I mean?
I know. I agree. I am sitting here looking at Tanis's Ravelry page. Oh my gosh, her patterns are fantastic.
Woo! I need to go on there and look.
Yeah, her hat, the Bract hat, I can't even tell you how gorgeous it is.
Their work?
No, cabled.
Ooh.
It's gorgeous.
Ooh.
Tanis Lavallee. So she's Tanis Fiber Arts. That's what I Googled when I came up with it in Ravelry. So yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, that's the other thing that I'm super excited about. As before I was saying, I have way too many projects, but like clearly it's not stopping me.
I know. Clearly it's not stopping me as I have that sock there. I have another mitten. I'm going to make them. I don't care.
No.
It's not even about the projects for me. It's about the mess.
Yes.
And it's bad right now.
For me,
okay.
It's mental space. Like
what's that?
For me, it's mess and mental space. Look at, just look. Just look. Look at what I have. How can you look at this pile of yarn and not want to cast all of it on?
Oh, if you ever saw the basement with the rack setup of the leftovers, like that's where the shop is now. I ship from there. It's amazing. That has cleaned out my office quite a bit. I go down there and I think I want to start something with that and that, and then I take it out of the shop and it's like, oh dear, I just took another skein. How has it been an hour?
Lily break.
We had Lily breaks. That's all right. It could be 3 hours if we needed Lily breaks. The last thing, as long as we're talking, well, we have a couple more things for the shop, but the last thing we're putting in today is the most popular item at Maryland at our Needles Up was the baby bundle.
It was the baby. You said they sold out like that.
They were gone like that. I'm so excited about it. I'm putting a lot in the shop. Chelsea's putting a lot in the shop this afternoon. It's all of the Lilly P colorways. There's 6 of them. They will go in. I'm twisting them now. And then intermission, the movie minis are going into, they're ready to be dyed. They're partially dyed. They will be going in not today because they're not quite ready and I'd like to be able to ship right away. So I very rarely put anything in that isn't already dyed. And so they will be in the movie series. Oh my gosh, people loved the movie series. There's some left downstairs, not much, but they love them, which made me so happy. So happy.
That will be the next project that I want to cast on. I'll have to have you dye me up a lot of one of those colors because I'm obsessed with that line too.
Yes, and I should say here, and we do get people messaging us. Did I already say Exploration Station? I'm going to try to dye tomorrow because people still want them. So as long as people want them, I'm going to continue to dye them up. I was just thinking one other thing around that though. Oh, if you want any of our colorways for sweaters quantities, you can always private message us or message us on Etsy, and I will get back to you. And we usually set up a a special order slot for that.
Yep.
Definitely. So
yeah. So many exciting things.
And then the last thing that is going to go up for sale on July 1st. Yeah. Is our 25 skeins of Christmas 2018. It's going to be exactly like last year's as far as 25 mini skeins, same price. And those we wanted to give you enough time to put a little money aside if you really wanted it. They will go up July 1st.
Yes, July 1st, and we will list 75.
We will list 75 with another 25 pending.
Yes. Ooh. So, I know.
She's back.
Like, I don't know what I want.
She's like, I think I really want to play today, Mommy. I'm done with this work. I'm done with working. Grandma, if you're going to talk work, you got to go. You got to go.
Say, see you later, Grandma.
Oh, we will oh, darn it. I wanted to show one last thing because it's amazing.
Oh, I have mine too. Hey.
It's okay, Lily girl. Miss Sandy of Sandy by the Lakeside, her leather pouch. There are no words.
No.
Literally no words. First of all, if you could only feel them, I could just sit and hold it all day long.
And smell.
Lily's like, not me. Not me. Who needs to go to the gym? So yeah, Sandy, you nailed it. I don't know if she's going to be making any more. They are worth every penny. They are unbelievable. There's a little pair of scissors stamped in there. There's a
Oh, they're perfect. They're perfection.
They're perfection. Sandy, I'm in love. I'm so like, oh, I have to be careful with it. I don't want to get anything on it. So I use it inside, just like you, Matterroot bag. It's got all my like wallet and glasses basically. And I could pull it out. And how sweet is this?
Oh, I have mine on my bag. Otherwise, I would show mine. But I just put mine on my fringe supply porter bin.
Love it. So Sandy, I'm sorry. It's just so beyond perfect. Look at that.
Well, and I love that you have another Sandy pouch inside of the Sandy pouch.
Yeah. Oh, I do. I have another Sandy because these are my favorite. This is my wallet.
And that's the only Notions bag that I have anymore.
I have another one that's a Notions bag because I got it dirty. And I said something on my Periscope, and her son was like, you need to make her another one. It's dirty. So she brought me this. How sweet is that?
She is
So I keep it in here. There are no words for how beautiful. Lily's like, Grandma, I don't care. It's time to play.
She is having a lot of fun. What are we doing?
So Sandy, thank you.
Sandy, oh my God.
They are beautiful. Perfection.
Yes, I totally agree.
All right, we have to let little Miss Lily go. She's like, it's summer. It's playtime.
It's about 80 degrees here now.
Well, the sun is out here. I've got to go buy dinner.
Oh, I've got to eat lunch. I haven't eaten yet, so I've got to do that.
Do that. Look at her with a little thumb.
Thank goodness for that thumb.
Oh, she's a sweetie. Oh my goodness, I miss her. It's terrible. Huh? You say, well, Grandma, come on up and see me then.
Yes, I'm right here.
Right here. What are you waiting for?
What are you saying? No, I know.
Oh my goodness. All right. We need to go. We squeaked this out. Thank you for your patience and needles up, as they say.
Yes, thank you everybody, and we will see you next time. Needles up.
Needles up. Goodbye.
Bye guys.